button over here. All right, welcome. We are going to be doing a yin yoga practice at the wall. So, first thing, comfortable seat. Let's find some stillness before we start some more stillness. So, arrange your body in a way that feels comfortable. Go ahead. Just fix this a little bit. That helped at all, but we'll see. Okay. So, comfortable seat. Arrange yourself so that the shoulders are over your hips and you feel your sitting bones pressing into your mat or into your bolster or whatever you are sitting on right now. So maybe there's a gentle lean forward and back just to find center. And you might do that from side to side too, so left to right, finding evenness on your sitting bones. Go ahead, friends. So sitting up nice and tall here. Allow the collarbones to be nice and wide, sitting up nice and tall. Your chin is level with the floor. The crown of your head is reaching towards the sky, so getting all of that length in your back body. And then I invite you to close your eyes and go yinward. Let's take a few moments here before we start grounding ourselves. Maybe setting an intention, a sankalpa for the rest of our day, our intention. What is our intention today? How will we walk and move through this world today? Our mind is very powerful. So think good thoughts to feel good feelings. And then take one more, maybe two more breaths to seal in your intentions for your day or for your practice. And gently on an inhale, lift your chin, come back to your space. Give your fingers, give your toes a little wiggle. Good. Carefully come off of your bolster or anything, other props that you had. And we will find our first shape at the wall. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take our hips and sit super close. Oh goodness, another one. Hello, Sarah, welcome from Canada. I love this. Wow, it's like, did y'all make a plan to show up today? I think that's really cool. Maybe maybe the algorithm is like pushing you towards here. I don't know. But anyway, I am so glad you are here. So, like I said, props, no props, totally up to you, but you're going to find yourself sitting close to the wall. Now, if the hamstrings are tight, you may have to move away from the wall, and that's totally fine. But to get here, it takes a little finesse. You can swing your legs up the wall any way you wish. But for me, what I like to do is I like to sit super close to the wall, and then I use my arms gently to guide myself down and then swing my legs up. So that's where I am with that. Now, this first shape we're taking is just legs up the wall. So if the hamstrings are tight, like I said, you may need to move away from the wall. But if you can tolerate it, put those sitting bones on the wall. And then your feet maybe hip distance apart, arms at your side, maybe arms out to a T shape. Maybe they're a little bit wider, maybe like they're wider than shoulder distance, but the arms are overhead. Take your arms any which way that feels comfortable for you. And we are going to be here for, let's do 3 minutes. Let's start there and see how that goes. Because, like I said, the whole practice is at the wall. So just allow the weight of your legs to sink into the hips. Let your breath move with intention, nice and full and grounding. With each exhale, just become a little heavier onto your mat. Let the legs just sink a little bit more into the hip sockets. Now, if you're here and at some point the toes, the feet start to tingle or go numb, you're more than welcome to kind of bring the legs into the chest and roll out of the posture, or just stay there with the knees hugged in. But just allow that blood flow to kind of come back to your legs. Let me know if you need any support or if something doesn't feel right. I'll pop over and take a look at the chat. Hi, Jane from Northern Ireland. Welcome. We're almost done with this shape, but hopefully you're feeling really good. Hopefully the nervous system is already starting to dip into the relaxation response. All right. So from here, not a whole lot of movement, but just kind of check in with your legs, notice how they're feeling. From here, we're going to gently take the legs wide. Now, this is where I like to use my blocks. So my blocks are going to kind of come to my thighs on the outside, and I'm going to kind of use them at an angle to support my legs. You can put them upright right against the wall. So I'm using them for support so my legs don't go any wider. Like, this is as wide as I feel comfortable and safe with right now. So I want to support my body right here. Just like that. So good. Okay, so once you have found your sweet spot where you want to begin, find that stillness again. But still you're going to feel probably some more sensation on the inseam of your legs, right? That's the area that we are stressing. That's what makes yin yin. We are stressing some of these tissues, working them in ways we don't normally do. So use what supports you have in this shape. We want to gradually open the body. We don't want to just go from 0 to 60. That's why we stay in these shapes for an extended period of time, to just allow the body and gravity to do the work. And all we need to do is stay present and breathe and notice what we're feeling and where we are feeling it. And if the sensation lessens or dulls, that is your cue to maybe try to go deeper. Continue to use your breath as a release on your exhale. Even though we're stressing one part of our body, is there another part of your body that you can relax into? Okay, my friends, begin to deepen that breath. We are ready to come out of this dragonfly at the wall. But again, like I said, we're not going too far. So we did legs up the wall. Now, carefully move the props and then take your hands on your legs. Gently bring your legs together and then turn your feet so the soles are touching. We'll take a butterfly here. Again, you get to choose how much sensation you feel. So wherever you move your feet, right? Again, if you want to use, you may use props to support. Maybe you use blocks here. Once again, this is going to feel really good. So you're not going too deep in the shape and causing injury. Remember, this is a practice we want to keep doing. So we want to be safe in our yin practice. So use those props under your thighs to keep the legs from going further down the wall. Legs and arms, or arms can be anywhere that feel comfortable. T shape, goalpost, maybe a V shape, or maybe you're gently resting the hands close to the legs. Pop over to the chat to see if there's anything happening on the chat. Okay, looks like no, everyone looks great. Okay, I mean, I can't see you, but it sounds like everybody's doing okay. So good. And continue with those nice, full, intentional inhales. And allow those exhales to release any energy that you're holding on to. Let that exhale release any tension in your bodies. And allow that exhale to soften. Soften through your facial features, your jaw, your eyes, your throat, your forehead. Just allow all the emotion to kind of just be like sliding off of your face. Like we're just here, we're just breathing, noticing our sensations. Okay. Wow, these are just flying by. Okay. Carefully, if you have props, carefully take them off to the side. Gently bring those knees together. And just pause. Maybe the knees hug into the chest. And if you have enough space, maybe you rock a little side to side. If you need a little space, scooch away from the wall. Just position yourself so you have a little more room. Good. And from here, we'll just take a nice little tree pose. So just kind of throwing something else out there, a shape we don't typically do in yin, obviously. But I figured since we're on our backs, it might be kind of nice to do. So one leg straight and the other knee bent. If you want to use a prop for the knee that's bent, you can do that. Just support that leg in its shape. And here we go. Not very long, just about 2 minutes for each side. But again, just allowing that weight of your extended leg just to kind of ground you, the back of your hips, your pelvis. Hopefully, we all feel very calm and relaxed after this practice today. Keep letting that breath go into your belly, allowing your belly to expand. Just allowing your body to take up space and to be. Okay, friends, carefully remove that block if you put one there. Switch out your legs, but if you need a little something in between, maybe just give them a little bend, shake them out, rock a little, do what you need, and then we'll meet in tree on the other side. You can use whatever props. Maybe it looks a little different from side to side. Maybe this time this foot is up a little bit higher. That's okay. Do what you need for your body. I trust that you know what to do. You're all very wise. You've been inhabiting your flesh suits for a long time, so I know that you. All right, just popping over. Okay, everyone's good. I love it. Beautiful. How close do I have to be? Okay, tree pose. Don't worry, the timer has started. And you might notice if you've, removed any props, you might notice the foot coming closer down towards the groin. Whatever it is, wherever it ends up is fine. Just as long as you're not in any kind of pain. Okay, friends. Gently remove that block. Extend both legs up or maybe hug both knees in. And if you feel like you need to come off of your back, feel free to do that. You have some time. We still have a few more postures to do, of course. But now we're going to be working a little bit more. I think we're going to work a little bit more. You're going to feel a little bit more sensation. So take some movement if your body needs it. We've spent a good amount of time already with the legs up the wall. So if your body is asking for a little movement, go ahead and take this opportunity to move your body. And we can get ready for the next shape. Everyone doing good so far? Any complaints, any comments, any concerns, any aha moments in the shapes? No? Okay, no worries. Maybe we're feeling really good. I'm feeling really good. Again, yin is always very grounding, but there's something different about it with using the wall. So I like to throw this practice in every once in a while just to kind of use something that we don't necessarily always think about to use, the wall. Okay, friends, we're going to find ourselves back on our backs. If you've taken that opportunity to move, I hope you got what you needed. Now, we're coming into our figure fours here. So if the hamstrings are tight or whatever, you are more than welcome to scooch your body away from the wall and have a little space. I'm going to start on my right leg. So my right leg is going to be bent, foot is going to come to the wall, or leg can be straight. This is where you get to choose your own adventure. This is why I like to move away from the wall a little bit. So see how the leg is straight? It could stay straight, or you can begin to bend the knee and the foot will come to the floor. Now, when that happens, that's going to bring this left shin closer to my body, right? Closer to my face. So you get to decide. Now, the one thing I want you to be aware about are your hips. If the hips are lifting, you've gone too deep, back off, right? So keep the whole back and your hips on the floor. So if they're lifting, straighten that leg and bring the hips down a little bit more. So we're just going to take 2 minutes on each side. So again, you get to decide how much sensation you feel. I told you we'd be working a little bit more in these shapes. So maybe you're pressing that left knee open, a little external rotation, getting some more space in your hip. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Keep moving all of that energy and getting it out. Any thoughts, feelings, sensations that do not serve us, let's let them go with those exhales. Already feeling something, maybe in that left leg. A gentle opening here. All right. When you are ready, just begin to carefully uncross that leg. Maybe straighten the legs, give them a little shake. Maybe hug them in, rock a little. And then when you are ready, let's extend the left leg straight, cross the right ankle, above or below, but it's probably going to make more sense if it's below the knee, facing this way, right? Take that hand, press it into the hip, and then you can bend the left knee as much as you like here until you feel sensation. But again, reminder, leave the hips on the ground, right? If the hips start to lift up, the pelvis is starting to curl under, you've gone too deep, begin to straighten that leg once again. Find that balance of effort and ease. It's that Goldilocks pose, just right. Not too easy, not too hard, just right. Continue with your breathing. It's a nice, full, intentional breath because we're still working, we're still stretching these soft tissues. Mhm. 3, 2, and 1. Carefully uncross that leg. Maybe extend it straight. Maybe both legs go straight. Give a little wiggle. Good. All right, here is one of my favorite ones to do at the wall. We're going to take a yogi squat. I'm not sure if you're going to need anything for this, but allow the feet to slide down the wall. Again, you can be close, you can be far away. It just kind of depends on your body and what you need. I can get pretty close to the wall and just let the feet come about shoulder width and turn those feet out. Ugh, I'm excited for this one. So let's stay here for about 2 minutes in our yogi squat or malasana at the wall. And breathe. Get a nice stretch in the hips. It's like just taking our poses that we would do on the ground and inverting them, right? Just a little change gives a different sensation, a different perspective of the shape. Puts a lot less pressure on the joints too, as opposed to having the feet on the floor. You're still getting that nice stretch, but taking away some of the pressure. So this is always a nice alternative. All right, friends. Mm. Whew. I hope that was deep enough for you because I definitely felt it. Bring those knees together. Give yourself some space. Move away from the wall. And then just rest here for a moment. Just take a pause. Good. All right, just check in. Everyone's looking good. I didn't see any comments, so everyone must be pretty content right now. Okay, so again, knees to chest, rock a little. Maybe it's knees in a circle. We have our spinal twist, my friends. That is what we are going for next, and we're going to use the wall. So keeping those knees hugged in, I'm going to drop both legs over to the left. Now my feet are on the wall. My shoulders are grounded, and we're just going to breathe here. You can also begin to play with the legs a little bit if you want a little bit different sensation. Maybe one foot, my bottom foot, my right leg is going to stay on the wall. And then I'm kind of extending my left leg forward a little bit. But you decide what feels right for you. Maybe you want to keep both knees bent. Breathe here. And release, let go. So good. All right, stay here for 2 more breaths. Good. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up into your chest. Rock a little. Take circles. Anything else that your body is asking for in this moment. And it doesn't need to be complicated. Just very simple is completely fine. All right. Very gently. Bring those knees into your chest. And as you exhale, knees over to the left. I'm keeping the feet on the wall this time. But you can play with turning your head, but both shoulders are grounded. Breathing here into that twist. Getting all of those twisties out of our spine. It's always lovely to close our practice with a twist. It realigns our spine. Helps us to feel a little bit longer and taller. Maybe a little taller and freer. Take 2 more full cycles of breath in your twist. The deepest ones you've taken in the practice. That next inhale, bring the knees up. Oof. And let us find our way to our backs for a traditional Shavasana. So all the way back to how we didn't really begin this way, did we? But how we normally would take a Shavasana. If it would make more sense to you, if you want to go back to legs up the wall, you're more than welcome to, or any of the other shapes that we have taken. If that just makes more sense to stay that way, please do so. Thank you so much. I see the donations that are coming through. Thank you so much for them. I appreciate them so much for my time and energy. Thank you so much for being here. We will take that Shavasana and then we will come back to meet to close our practice. So when you come down, if you're not taking legs up the wall, you're taking a traditional Shavasana, try to find yourself not touching anything. So try not to touch any props or walls or chairs or anything else around you. It really allows your mind to just kind of shut down and check out. If our body, our fingers, our toes, our elbow, or whatever is touching something, we may become distracted and the mind begins to wander. So try to find yourself distraction free in your Shavasana. So finding that flat part on the back of your skull. So you're looking directly towards the sky. And the legs gently roll open, releasing any kind of hold. Let go of any breath. Find your way to a very well-deserved Shavasana. Gently begin to deepen your inhales. Bring a little movement to your fingers and to your toes. And maybe extend some movement to your ankles and to your wrists. And maybe you gently hug your knees in towards your chest. And when you're ready, just extend full body. Reach the arms long, reach the legs long, stretch. And then just roll over to one side. And just take a moment before you pop up for closing. Coming back to your intention, your sankalpa that you set at the beginning of our practice. How do you want to feel, behave, move in this world for the rest of your day? And again, just seal that intention in your heart. And then come up to a comfortable seat and we will close practice. All right, friends. Hello, good morning. Oh, wow. That Shavasana right there felt so deep. I fell so deep into relaxation that I was like, oh my gosh, that felt like an hour just being there on my back. I know it wasn't, it was probably like 2 minutes, but it felt really good. So I hope you got the same kind of relief. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your donations. They are so helpful, and I am so grateful for them. It helps sustain me on this platform on Insight Timer, which I love to be a part of this community. I have a lot of meditations on here, some EFT Reiki practices as well. So feel free to peruse my channel, or whatever you want to call it, my page on here. So I'm just going to pop over. I see some comments that came through. Yay! Oh, right on. First time doing wall yin and you loved it. Wanda, thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Erin, thank you. My body loved it too. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Cricket, very much. And thank you, Miss Erin, so much. All right, my friends, we'll be doing this again on Friday morning at 8 a.m. So I teach 2 yin practices each week, Tuesday and Friday, 8 a.m. for 45 to 60 minutes. And then Wednesday afternoons, I'm teaching a restorative yoga practice for Wellness Wednesday. And that's at 4 p.m. Pacific time for about 45 minutes for an hour. All right. Again, thank you so much for joining me and being here and your presence. And oh, Erin, it was your first time too. Right on. And Lisa, good. Yay. I know I said we were doing yin today, but typically, if it's your first time, what I like to do, how I like to do the setup for practice is that I like to ask you what's going on in your body. And then you tell me, hey, like it's my shoulder, my shoulders feel tight, or my hips, or, my IT bands, whatever. Low back, hips, always a big ask, shoulders, neck, all of that. But I ask you what's going on in your body, and then I come up with a practice for people that are in practice. So it's not just me showing up and saying, oh, we're going to do this, this, and this. Certain practices I do kind of have laid out, like today, the wall practice. Obviously, there's only certain postures you can do. But then there's other things I can throw in later here and there. But Friday, because we are heading into autumn, we're heading into the next season. Each season change on that Friday, typically around the 21st, 19, 20, 21, 22, around those times of September or of each season, beginning of the season, I do a chakra balancing yin yoga practice. And so that actually is also a set one. So Friday, we're also having a set practice. So we had one today for wall, and Friday we'll have another one. So I go through 7 postures, one for each energy center. And I talk about, it's more workshopy. So I talk a little bit about each chakra and what it looks like when it's balanced and imbalanced. And these are just kind of things to think about. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just kind of assessing, like, where are we at the beginning of this season, and what can I do to realign my energy so I can be the best, most vibrant, healthy version of you, right? That's what I want for all of us, right? To be the most healthy, vibrant versions of ourselves. So I wish that for you today, and have a great rest of your day. And I will see you next time. And Betty says, thank you so much. She's the guru around here. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.